Hello and welcome back to RailCraft. Getting started, part 3. So, yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? So first of all, let's make a boarding track. So I need some advanced rail for this. Oh, let me turn this off. It's annoying. Now I'm not sure if I showed you this already, but I'll show you again. It's very easy. So you just get some standard rail, some redstone, and some gold, and I get some advanced rails, and it needs to be in a rolling machine. Don't forget. So yeah, you need 6 of those and a lot more for this whole series. So make a couple of them. Then you need some redstone, some pressure plates, and some stone rail beds. But these are the wooden ones. Just the name is wrong. So yep, that makes you these boarding tracks. Now I've laid one down here. Now these things only go one way, so be careful with that. So you see how it is laid out now, and let me just get a crowbar. For some reason I seem not to have one. There we go. So if we put this on there, it's going to move backwards. So it's definitely wrong. Oh. So what you do is you get your crowbar out, right click it, and it switches it over. So the boarding track has to face that way with the second sort of little red thing, at least on this texture pack. And it just shoots it off. Now one of the cool things about this compared to a booster track to start your trains is you don't have to have a block behind it. The direction of this will tell it where to go. So that's your boarding track. Now the next thing is the detector reel. Now you've you know what this is. You just make it a bit differently now. So you use some standard rails. Again, the wooden rail bed, which says stone rail bed, pressure plate, and redstone. For now on, I'll just say wooden rail bed, but you know what it is. So that makes these detector rails, and these things just you know, they're exactly the same. So they just power the redstone that's connected to them. Or when there's a minecart on it, when it gets off, it stops. So that's the detector rail. Now then we have the holding track. And the holding track is very similar to a boarding track. Let's just get rid of that. So you make it also with advanced rail, wooden rail bed, pressure plate, redstone, just in a different order. I think the boarding track has redstone on top. So it makes a holding track. Now a holding track is useful for a couple of things. First of all, you can push a minecart over it and it stops it completely. So we're gonna need this. So you can't move it, no way. So that's one thing. Now the next thing is you can power it, and it'll act like a booster. So, oh, wee. Oh, so that works. Cool. So we're gonna need this as well. Oh, no sign. Oh, really? Okay. Elevator rail. There we go. Oh, track. Okay, elevator track. So curiously, this is made this way. I don't know why, but I think it's because it's an add-on. It's not actual in RailCraft. It's an add-on to RailCraft, but I'm not sure. So anyway, so it's 7 iron ingots and 2 redstone. Actually 8 of these elevator tracks. Now let's get some, because they can be a little bit of a pain to get to work properly. So let's also get some tracks. So set one up here. Now the way this works is you have to power one of them, and then it goes up. If it's unpowered, it lets the minecart go down. If you power the most bottom one or the top one, it'll power them all. I'm not sure which one. And I've done that here by using a detector reel. So if I push this minecart on the detector reel, it gets power and then I'll push it up, supposedly. Although it does bug out sometimes. Let's try that again. That's weird. That's working for me about half an hour ago. Strange. Very strange. Oh, there we go. It's a bit buggy. Huh. Wow, okay. Now the trick with placing these is if you just place them like that and you put a rail under it, it doesn't actually connect. What you have to do is you have to put the rail first and then put the elevator track there. Else it doesn't connect properly. So that's how you do that. Cool. So let's actually use these items now, shall we? So let's make an item loader. And the item loader is made using a dispenser and a detector. And then the item unloader is using the exact same thing, just the other way around. So detector on top and the dispenser on the bottom. And the detector is made... Oh. It's weird. My whole map is weird. So the detector is made using wooden planks and a pressure plate. Very simple to make. And that's a detector storage. So you put those together with a dispenser, and it makes an item unloader or an item loader. So this here is the loader, and this here is the unloader. So the loader needs a minecart under it, like that. And anytime there's a minecart under it, oh, sorry, not a minecart. A minecart with a chest. The detector, as you can see, is detector storage. It'll detect that there's a storage under here, which is a minecart with a chest. And any item in its inventory, it'll put in there. You can also put a chest next to it. The item loader will take it out of the chest into the chest in a minecart. So that works as well. Now, the interface, right click it. Filters works exactly the same as all the red power stuff, so put stuff in here. So if you want to do only redstone, for example, so if you had a chest next to this with gold and redstone, for example, it would just get the redstone out. And then you can set the amount it should take for each time a minecart gets under it. So you can set it to a percentage, for example, say 100% or 101% apparently. This will fill it up. So if we put some items in here, say some iron, it's going to put the iron in here. That's pretty handy. Now the item unloader works exactly the same way. So you can right click on it. You can put some filters in, and anytime a minecart gets under it, which I can push it, and this is also the problem, and I'll show you how to fix that. It'll take the iron out and it'll put it in its inventory, or if you put a chest next to it, it'll put it in its chest. Also works with red power items, so if you put a relay next to it, it'll put it in a relay, and the relay can put it through a pipe into a chest or something. That works as well. Now this is a better setup, as the sign says, so if the sign says so, it should be true. So what I've done here is, this is an item unloader with a chest next to it, an empty chest, and this is an an item loader with an empty chest. And these are boarding tracks. Now the way this works is, anytime, let's put something in there, let's get some more stuff, put some tracks in there. Anytime the item loader loads a minecart with a chest up, after that it sends a redstone pulse. So this boarding track will be powered, so it shoots the minecart away, gets to the item loader unloader does everything in this chest, and when it's done, it sends another redstone pulse to this one, and that way it'll just keep going like so. So it's filling up now with tracks. Empty. Oh, almost. There we go. That's unloading. And once the chest is empty, or the minecart chest is empty, it'll shoot it off again. Woohoo! Done. And now it's empty, so it just keeps going until there's something else in this chest. Put a sign in there. Sign is now in here. So that's pretty cool. Stop moving. Makes me dizzy. What if you have multiple stops? So say, for example, you have multiple coke ovens or multiple macerators or anything, you know. You want to have one unloader with a chest next to it, and you want to have multiple loaders. Now, this works exactly the same way, except for the boarding track, we're going to use these holding rails in the middle. So that's a holding track. When a minecart comes, it'll stop it because it's unpowered, and then once it's loaded, it'll power it again and it'll shoot off in that direction. So the way the holding track works is it'll shoot the minecart in the direction it was already going. So if it's coming from this side, so from here, for example, it'll shoot it that way. If it's coming from this side, it'll shoot it that way. And so I've got 3 item loaders set up here. So the first one has a holding track under it, the second one has a holding track under it, and the last one we want to stop the minecart and then send it back. So that's just a boarding track, and this is a boarding track as well, of course. So that looks a little bit like that. You can see it pausing very shortly because they're all empty. So that's the way that works. Oh, gotta aim it. Gotcha. Cool. So let's see how to use these and how to place these. So you're probably going to use these with coke ovens instead, because they're a pain in the ass to do manually. So you probably want to do them automatically. So I've set it up here. So let's right click on it. So this is where you put your coal. This is your output for your coke, and this is the output for your oils. So the coal gets put in from the top. So you can put an item unloader anywhere in the top. It doesn't have to be here. So it can be here, can be here, can be here. It doesn't have to be in the middle. Now, let me make it day again. There we go. To get the coke out, which will be in this slot here, you put an item loader anywhere on the side. Anywhere. So it doesn't matter where. And of course, to get the oil out, which is the bottom slot, you put an item loader on the bottom. So this item loader, once a card is under it, like that, this item loader will check if there's anything in this slot of the coke oven. It'll pull it into the item loader and into the chest. And that's how it works. Yeah. So that's that part. Cool. Let's move on. Upgrades. Yeah, upgrades. So I should probably show you that as well. So the item loader always has to be above a track because the minecart has to be under it. And it makes sense when you look at physics. So as you can see, the holes in the bottom. And the item unloader needs to be under the track. So you can't put it next to the track, which is a bit of a pain because say there's a chest and you put a chest there. I can't even place it. Come on. It's weird, you know, either your unloader has to be very high or, you know, just weird. For example, on the coke oven, you really don't want to have it on top of here on other rails, you know, it's just weird. You have to go down like that, it's just weird. So, what you can do instead is make an advanced item unloader and an advanced item loader. They're not difficult to make. You just need an ender pearl, 4 steel ingots, 3 redstone, and an item loader. And it's the exact same recipe for the item unloader as well. Just use an item unloader instead of an item loader. Very easy. So let's get you this advanced item unloader. So this is an item. Oh god, you can't right click on them with rail. So advanced loader, exactly the same interface, nothing changes except for the fact that you can put a rails next to it and it'll work. And this is an item unloader, works exactly the same. So if I hadn't removed my only sure, cool. So this works the exactly same way, except for now you can put them next to the rails instead of under and above them, which is a lot nicer, you know. So that works that way. Now let's do one last thing, and then we sort of wrap this part up, you know. And next part we'll talk a bit more about how to transport liquids, how to transport energy. How to make trains, so link multiple minecarts together and all that good stuff. But for now, let's do one last thing and make a launcher track. So the launcher track is made using 2 blocks of iron, so it's kind of expensive, 1 piston, 2 wooden rail beds, and 4 standard rail. And that makes you 1 of them, not even 8, so 1 of them. They're kind of expensive. Now these things need to be powered. And what they pretty much do is they launch a minecart, as the name suggests. So I've set it up here, so let's get in. And yeah, stay tuned for the next part. Ooh. And I'm dead. And I'm dead. No, I'm alive. I'm alive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. So that's the launcher track. Pretty cool. You can do a lot of fun stuff with this. You can actually skip a lot of rails with this. You know, if you put another rails there, it'll just chug along happily ever after. Okay, now I'm dead. Ow. So yeah, stay tuned for episode number 4, and I've already set it up what I'm going to do. So we're going to talk about trains, embark and disembark, suspended tracks, gated tracks, liquid loaders, liquid unloaders, energy loader, energy unloaders. Oh god, it's going to be full. It's going to be a big episode. So, thanks for watching and stay tuned.